Did you know that the country of Turkey is noted for having one of the 3 most famous and traditional cuisines in the whole world? Hi, my name is Kaleigh, and thank you for joining me today. Now, the reason why I'm here is because I want to open up my own restaurant in the country of Turkey. Now, the reason why I want to open up my restaurant in Turkey is because they are famous for their cuisine. The name of my restaurant will be Kaleigh Turkish Cuisine, and my goal of my restaurant is to promote an American twist to the cuisine of Turkey while respecting the values of that country. Now, before I go any further about what my restaurant is going to consist of, I'm going to give you a little background info about Turkey and how it's going to apply to my restaurant. Now, the different topics I'll be talking about are religion and family and their values. I'll also be talking about occupation and employment. I will also be talking about the food that they serve there in Turkey as well. Now, for the background, there are 4 main Turkish groups, ethnic groups, and those are the Kurds, Arabs, the Lads, and the Jordans. Now, the Kurds is the largest of those 4 with over 10 million. There are also 35 non-Turkish ethnic groups, so my restaurant will be serving a wide variety of ethnic groups. Now, I think I will want my menu in the Turkish language and also in the other languages that are in the country of Turkey, just so my customers will feel appreciated and respected. Now, let's move on to religion, their family, and their values. Now, because 98% of the Turkish population are of the Muslim religion, they are not allowed to have pork. And so my restaurant will not serve pork because it is against their religion. Now, their moms are very, very protective of their families, and they are used to always breastfeeding up until the age of 1 or maybe a few months after that. So, with that being said, in my restaurant I plan on putting a separate room in the back that if moms need to go and take care of their baby or feed them, they can do so and not feel uncomfortable about it. Now, there's going to be no smoking in my restaurant because it's very rude for the Turkish people, according to their values, that if you don't have enough for someone else, then you aren't allowed to do it in front of other people. You have to offer people certain things such as like liquor and smoking. You're not allowed to do that around other people unless there's enough for everyone. So there's no smoking in my restaurant. Because crime is very low in Turkey, there's a very low chance that my restaurant will be broken into, and so I won't have to worry about that because their crime is very low. Now, my targeted population for my restaurant are going to be families with married parents. Because of their Muslim religion, it's called an Islamic sin to be divorced. So most of the families in Turkey are married, so my targeted population will be those families with a married couple. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is employment of my employees and the clothing style they will wear. Their employment, when I'm hiring my employees, I intend on making sure they have the correct skills for waitressing or serving. They need to at least have done it at least once in their whole life. That way I kind of know that they're used to it. Also, they must be the age of 15 years old because it is against the law to hire anyone under the age of 15 to work for you in the country of Turkey. And we will accept both male and female to work for me as well. We will also offer equal pay to all the employees who work for me because in Turkey it's very important that male and female are both equal in pay. Now, the clothing attire that my servers will wear, for males, we're going to have the males wear trousers, button-up shirts, and jackets because that's the clothing style they are used to in that country. For women servers, the women are going to be more conservative because that's how they are in the country of Turkey. And so women are going to wear things such as headscarves because it's more traditional and it's more conservative for them. Next, the food. The different kind of food that I'm going to offer in my restaurant, the main thing is going to be our 2 main sources of meat, which are going to be lamb and beef. We're also going to offer a wide variety of vegetables, such as eggplant, tomatoes, peppers, and leaves, because those are what is most common in that country. Now, one thing we're going to have in there is sourdough bread because that's the kind of bread they eat there. For breakfast, my customers will get to pick from a kind of bread that they want, a soup, jam, or eggs with toast for breakfast because that's what they're used to in their household. Now, for lunch, we're going to offer stew, and we're also going to offer rice because that's what they're used to for lunch. Now, for dinner time, we're actually going to close down the restaurant because of the fact that lunch in Turkey is the most important meal of the day. We're going to close down our restaurant so our families can go home and spend dinner with their family and eat the leftovers from the lunch that day. That's what they eat for dinner mostly, is they're going to eat the leftovers they had for lunch that day. Now, for something sweet in our restaurant, such as for dessert, they're going to have something such as baklava because that is also what is common in their country for sweets. Also, one other thing I'm going to add is that education in Turkey is very, very important to the family. And so when children are doing very well in school, if they can come to my restaurant and show me that they are doing well in school, I'm actually going to give them a free meal just to award them for their hard work in their education. In conclusion, I hope you've learned a little bit about what I want to do for my restaurant, Kal's Turkish Cuisine, in the country of Turkey. Again, my goal is to promote the American twist on the cuisine of Turkey while respecting the values of the country of Turkey. Now, my goal is to be successful there, but I also want my customers to feel very, very appreciative and feel very, very respected while they're in my restaurant because of the fact that I am in their country and I need to be respectful of their culture. Thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.